Hi everyone and welcome to today's video. Today I am reviewing a notebook from Endless Endless Works, and it is the Recorder notebook. So this is a really great notebook, and let's look at it in more detail. So this is the Endless notebook. This is how it comes packaged in a nice little handmade cotton bag there with those dots, which are their branding with their logo there. So this is a handmade cotton bag. All the books come in it. It's good for sort of traveling and good for keeping it nice and safe and clean. You take the book out there, and on the inside here, if I can find it, is a little pen loop. So you can nice and easily tuck your pen down into that little elastic band there, and so when you've got the book in there, you can keep a pen with it nice and safe, and it's not going to go anywhere. Really cool feature of this little bag that comes with the book, sorry. Now the book also did come with a couple of other things. It came with a sticker here that says ideas are endless. It came with a little card here that gives you some information, which you can have a little bit of a read of there, and also you can register your book. It came with a little catalogue of the brand with some more information there which you can read. You can pause it to read that if you want to, and then sort of basic sort of information about the line, which I think is really great, and their social media stuff, really important. So yeah, check out them on Instagram and Facebook and all of that. Okay, the other thing it came with was this a little clip, like it looks like a little money clip sort of thing, and this is designed to, it's been personalised with my name on it, which is cool. Clip it over the front of the book, or anywhere in the book I suppose you could, and you know, hold your stuff on it and all that. Really nice little extra feature there, which I think is, I think it's a cool idea, because you know, it doesn't come with a pen loop or anything like that, so you know, at least you've got something that's a way of holding in extra stuff. It does have an inner pocket, which I'll show you in a second, but yeah, nice. Okay, let's look at the book. Now I'm going to take this belly band off here now, because we can look at the book itself, and I'll cover all the information on that in a minute. So these books are designed in Madras and made in India. They use 68-gram white Tomar River paper. Now there are 96 sheets or 192 pages, of which 187 are numbered, and there are 16 perforated pages. There is a table of contents, and that's what you get. It's great. So good elastic closure. All the elastic closures on the books are this blue, but there are 4 different colours you can get with this sort of leatherette cover, hardbound cover, and it is a nice sort of sturdy, hard-bound book. So you can get this, which is the Forest Canopy, which is a nice green. There's a blue, which is called Deep Ocean, a black, which is called Infinite Space, and a red, which is called Crimson Sky. Cool. Good little lineup. It comes in 4 different rules. I have it here in the lined rule, but you can also get dot grid, squared, or which is like graph, or blank. And the blank comes with a couple of guide pages with some squared and some line sort of stuff on it that you can put behind the sheet that you're writing on, because it is Tomar River. There is sort of, you can see through it quite easily. The 68-gram Tomar River is actually my favourite of the Tomar River paper, and it's my favourite paper of all, so I'm really glad that they've chosen that for this book. The book is almost A5 size. It measures 5.5 by 8.3 inches, or 14.2 centimetres by 21.2 centimetres. So it's a good size book, and as I said, it's nice hardbound, it's rugged, you know, it does all the things, like it lays pretty much flat. Like you can, without too much effort, you get this book laying flat. So that's really, really fabulous. So when you open up the book, you have this sort of opening, end stop page, space to write your name and all those sorts of things. The logo there, which is the same as the logo on the front, and on the back we just get Endless embossed there, which is nice. It's not overly heavily branded or anything. Blank page, then we get table of contents. Now I've paired off a few pages that I've been using. I've been using this book for a couple of weeks, and not with the cotton bag, so this has just been in my bag, and it's holding up really, really well. These rounded corners stop it from getting sort of too beaten up, and it's sort of nice and sort of solid. That slight hangover protects the pages. What more can you ask for? Okay, so as I said, I got the lined version. It's nice paper, they're numbered down in the bottom corner. it's good. In the back, we get, I've done some ink tests, but another one of these sort of dot pages, and then the inner pocket, which is nicely expandable and all of that, and it's pretty sturdy. The elastic is good, nice and sort of sturdy elastic, sort of a good amount of spring in it, gives a bit of give in the book, but not sort of too much, and it does come with a bookmark ribbon there, which is coloured to match the elastic closure. So I've done some ink tests in here. Like, we all know Tomoe River paper, and I think that we all can attest to the quality of Tomoe River paper. So we don't need to sort of go into it too much. But what I want to quickly cover is the price of this book. Now, so this is the Recorder notebook from Endless. So if you want to find it somewhere, Google that. There are many retailers now that stock it. Some even have exclusive versions of the book. This book retails in Australia for around $30, which puts it in direct comparison with things like the Rhodia Web notebook and things like that. And I think being Tomoe River paper, this actually is a very good option. One particular US retailer has it for $22.95, and I think you can get it at like a little either side of that depending on where you get it from. So it's a really well priced notebook. Seeing as it's Tomoe River, it's much better priced than other Tomoe River notebooks that are out on the market. And as I'll comment a little bit later, the availability of this one is much better. So let's have a look at the ink tests I've done here. So what I did was I've written with a number of different pens. Okay, so here we are a little closer. I've used a number of different inks from Robert Oster and Diamine Waterman, you know, Monteverde California Teal, which is a sheening ink, Noodler's Bay State Blue, a range of different inks, and as you can see on the page, they all hold up really well. There's no feathering, there's no bleed. There's never going to be with Tomoe River. And here with a big swab of Majestic Blue from Diamine, you see that you get a lot of sheen, and you can see it there also on things like the California Teal, even the Robert Oster School Blue, there is sheening quite nicely. So this paper is designed for that. The ink doesn't absorb in, so it sits on the surface of the page, and therefore you do get sheen if that is a property in the ink. A couple of other little tests down here, of course, like the Rollerball, Retro 51, a 2B pencil, which rubbed out reasonably well, Sharpie marker, and then a highlighter. This side of the page comes up really well. Let's look at the other side. So from the pens, nothing really comes through. Noodler's Bay State Blue is about the closest that comes through, and that's normal. That'll eat through anything. Even when I put that huge amount of ink down there, so little has come through. And then if you look here, things like the Sharpie marker, they're an alcohol-based ink, so they are going to eat through a little bit more, but that's still pretty well behaved. But what you do get, because it is Tomoe River, is show-through ghosting here. So it does come, you can see it through the page. It's a light paper, but it's remarkably fountain pen friendly in terms of bleed and feather. And as you can see, like, it just performs really well. The colours look good, nice and vibrant. So yeah, that's the way this paper performs. I'm going to do a quick writing sample. Here I have the Aurora Talentum with a medium nib, inked with a Lamy Dark Lilac. So I thought I'd just do a Endless. So it's a medium nib, and the ink is Lamy Dark Lilac. I'm doing a little ink writing test. Now, one thing you will know about this paper is that inks do take quite a while to dry on it, because it doesn't absorb in, so it sits on the surface until the ink dries. But we'll give that a second. I want to see if we can get a bit of sheen and see what comes through on the other side. So while that's drying, let's go through some pros and cons. Firstly, the cons. So I don't really have much to say at all. This could be one of the perfect notebooks. If this is the sort of paper you like, if this is the size and the line rulings you like, this could be it. So the only issue, if I had to nitpick, the only issue I came up with is that occasionally where because it is sewn binding, occasionally where you might find like this, where the stitching is quite tight, that you have to push the pages down to let it lie flat. It's not going to naturally just always lie flat, but that's not really an issue at all. The pros of this book far outweigh the cons. So pros include things like the fact that it's Tomol River paper. This is really special paper. It is remarkable paper, and more notebooks are using it, which leads to my next point. The availability of this book is great. So this is available from many retailers in the US and in Australia and all through Europe and Asia, of course. And in comparison to other Tomol River notebooks, like I won't name names, but there's one that's named after a particular animal, and there's one that was released a similar sort of time to this with a slightly softer cover. They're harder to get. You can get them on things like Amazon, but for Australia, they're not always easy to get your hands on. So, and the price point that they're aimed at is much higher. So this is really great. It has a good number of pages, all of that sort of stuff. As I said, the price at $30 Australian, 22 American. It's a really well-priced notebook in comparison to the Leuchttürms and the Rhodias and, all of those other sort of brands that we all know and love. It's got a good, sturdy hardcover. Like, it's got a bit of give to it. It's not rigid, but it is certainly hardbound, and it's protective of the book, which I really appreciate. The packaging is really nice. The pouch that it comes with, I think, is such a cool idea. I love that little printing and branding on the front. I love the fact it's got a little pen loop in it. It's lovely. Even the belly band itself, it's nicely, simply designed. It's got all the information you need there. You can have a little bit of read of that yourself. I should have said it's acid-free paper as well, which is really great. It's it's wonderful. Also, there's a good variety of colours and line rules and all that sort of stuff. So 4 different line rules and 4 different colours, so you can find the one that is right for you. So let's have a quick look at this ink now before we sign off. So as you can see, there's a bit of sheen there coming up on some of the swabs and stuff in the writing. I'm not sure if that's being picked up on the camera, but it is there, I promise. It's a lovely gold sheen on this Lamy Dark Lilac ink. But on the other side of the page, apart from some ghosting, there is nothing coming through, not a drop. So that's the wonder of Tomol River paper. It's the wonder of this notebook. Really like it. So this was the Endless notebook, and it is a really nice book. Really well made, good paper, good price point. If you are looking for a good fountain pen friendly notebook with excellent paper and builder's quality and all that, check these out. Hope you found this video interesting and useful. If you did, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Hit the notifications button if you want to stay up to date with the videos that I produce. Please feel free to get in touch using any of the platforms listed below. You can find me on Instagram or Twitter at @the_offstage_me, or you can drop me a message on any of my videos here, or drop me an email, which is also listed below. If you've got products you think I should be looking at, let me know. If there's a way you'd like to support the channel, get in touch and let's see what we can do. In the meantime, enjoy your notebooks, enjoy writing, and I'll talk to you later.